What's up, y'all? This is Lee.
And Nick.
And we're with Pop Evil. You're watching Metal Impact. Just crank it, turn it up, heat it up, put your horns up. Pop Evil. Well, I think it's just it was the rock show last night, man. I mean, these crowds have been so great on this tour that how can we not be excited, you know?
How was it? It was your first show in Paris?
I mean, Paris, it was our first time. We didn't know what to expect. Usually big cities are a little stale and a little just kind of, you got to wake them up. But Paris was one of the best shows on this whole European tour. I mean, there's so many great things, and what a great day we had. Just such a spectacular city for obviously growing up in the U.S. I mean, you dream of one day coming to Paris, but now to know that the rock fans in Paris are so hardcore, it was an honor.
Yeah, tour's been awesome. Yeah, we've toured with them before and made some pretty good friends with those guys, and I think we're just blessed to have them actually invite us out here. And the tour's been incredible.
I don't think so. I mean, we've played with them again in the States. It's always gone over well. I mean, Ivan sings with melody and very catchy choruses, and we do the same, just in our own way. So I think that, I mean, in 2009 we did the tour with Judas Priest on the 30th anniversary of the British Steel. So if anything was going to intimidate you, nothing really intimidates us ever since. Well, we had no money. You know, we come from Western Michigan, a place called Grand Rapids, and it was just tough. You know, none of us, we were a bunch of college kids, and you know, we didn't know how else to make money besides playing in the bars. So we had to save up. You know, we had to make money to get a good producer and make our first demo. And you know, in the first couple years, we didn't know how to save money. We were just spending it. We were just living the life. I mean, in some instances, we were living it harder back then. But you know, we did our thing, played the covers. Finally got smart enough to save the money. Got with Kid Rock's producer out of Detroit, and soon after that happened, I mean, it all just kind of started to fall into place after that. This guy.
He's the producer. All right.
We lost some old band members and got some new ones. And
yeah.
Obviously, when you get a
you as a new guitarist, in fact,
the lead guitar player. So when you get a lead guitar player, I mean, your music and your band, your foundation's kind of built around that. And Nick, his first time really working with Johnny was just incredible. I mean, just a very humble guy, and if he wasn't such a great person outside of his great guitar ability, I don't think it would work. You know, like, you got so many things you need to do. You have so much you need to learn to play catch up. Whether you want to learn it or not is irrelevant. Like, you can't take away the time the band has done before you got in the band, you know. And Nick understood that and was like, look, I don't care. I'm just glad to be doing, you know, this. And he really has proven himself, not just as a guitar player, but as a band member. And what he did in the studio, I think, was single-handedly was the positive energy, not to mention his, you know, great songs and the way he plays on the record. But that momentum led to everybody, kind of the veterans like myself and Matt and David, like, we were able to kind of push Johnny. You know, when he wouldn't be able to push Johnny, it was his first time working with him, we could say, okay, but you know, this is how this record's gonna be. You know, this album's gonna be called Onyx. We're pissed off, we're angry, we're sick of, you know, mainstream popular music not abandoning rock and metal, and you know, we want to take that frustration out on this record in a positive way to say, look, we're making an album for our rock fans, and that's it. You know, that's what we did.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think you know, Onyx was you know, as an album, it was. I mean, the band was coming from a frustrated standpoint. Really, I mean, it's nothing seemed to go the way we wanted it to go, and with Onyx, we finally had a chance to kind of, you know, do what we wanted to do, and just lay down this aggression, you know, so to speak. And I think, you know, Onyx, I mean, it has a different meaning to even all the five of us will, you know, read it differently, but. And it just has something to do with, you know, onyx being a dark, mysterious like stone that, but at the same time is also timeless. And I think we wanted to kind of use that to our advantage.
I just think that, you know, our videos we try to do on this record were to try to help fans in a positive way, kind of take their adversity and turn them into positive things, you know. And I think we have a big female fan base, so we took those videos from a female perspective and, you know, tried to do what we can to give back. And I think, again, music is the one thing that's been with us since day one. It's the one thing that can really heal people. And, you know, again, we try to take a positive light on our videos.
I think it actually kind of helped. You know, it's that blue collar mentality, as we call it. It's the just hard work, grinding from the bottom up. It's I think it's, you know, if you were one of those bands that kind of, you know, found fame and then just crashed the next day, it's, I mean, that wouldn't have been what we wanted. Like we want to build a career out of it, and just having that work ethic, just going and going and going. Just that's what we call the Michigan mentality. You know, we just keep working, and whatever you want will come.
You have the impression to be some precursor in your channel?
Well, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I just think we've just tried to be just natural, you know, just we grew up on rock. It's all we really know. You know, when things were tough for us, our music was always there. It was always just grassroots, from Bob Seger to Kiss to, you know, Detroit, Rock City. It was just all we knew. You know, I mean, that was, you know, it was living weekly to pay the bills every week or every month. You know, just trying to make quota. And I think that mentality has really kept our motivation and hunger for, you know, where we come from. Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at pop's kind of popular music is abandoned rock and metal, and you know, it pisses us off. You know, it's frustrating, and it's evil to us. So I mean, calling it pop evil was the motivation to remind us when we get up every morning that we're in a fight. We're in a fight, and that fight is to be heard. We got something to say too. Rock and metal got something to say, and you know, we got to push on forward to make sure that happens. And we want to be one of those bands that helps bring it back.
Yeah, I think, I mean, our show, we kind of pride ourselves on our energy, you know, on stage. You know, if you come to a Pop Evil show, you're not going to see 5 guys standing there playing their instruments. You know, we like to perform. Like, you'll see a lot of interaction, a lot of energy come from the stage.
When we did our second album, War of Angels, we thought we'd do something fun. You know, if we could collab with anybody, who would it be? And of course, you know, one of our favorite bands of all time, Motley Crue. And we wanted to work with Mick, just because his guitar riffs are just so catchy, and they're just so grimy, and just they scream rock and roll. And that's what we grew up listening to. So it was like, you know, if Mick would work with us, it'd be a dream come true. And sure enough, you know, the right people got in line, and he was interested in the band and thought, you know, let's do it. Let's just see what we come up with. And you know, came up with Boss's Daughter, but the real fun was when it became a single and we got a chance to shoot the music video. And you know, Mick would tell us that this is the first video he's ever played the guitar in, other than the Crew, you know, in a video. So it was quite an honor. I mean, we just absolutely respect and love the Crew and what Mick did for us on that song. It's you know, it's become one of our biggest viral sensations, and the video is amazing, and it's definitely one of the most popular live songs we play, no doubt. I think I had one the other night in Belgium. It was, oh, you guys are fantastic. You didn't sound like an opening band to me. Yeah. And I was like, we're not an opening band, bro. You know, it depends on how you hear. Just because you don't know us doesn't mean we're no. So it was a great compliment, though, to someone who, again, I think that's the power of this tour. You know, every band on this tour is very good at what they do, and it's a win-win for the fan. You know, they're spending, at the end of the day, they're spending money to be entertained, and it's a shame when people just spend all that kind of money just to see one band, when you can see so much for your money and be entertained by someone, you know. And that's something I think that's taken for granted back at home. You know, sometimes in the States, people will buy their ticket and just show up for the headlining band, and here in Europe, people they open, sometimes the venues don't even open the doors back at home a half hour before the stage. So if you're talking about numbers in the thousands, there's only so many people that can get in before that opening bands play. It's kind of a waste. You know, you're only playing for a couple hundred people. But here in Europe, every show this tour, there's an hour before, the doors are open an hour before showtime. So everybody's there early, everybody's there before the show even starts. So you maximize that exposure. I mean, I think just the hunger that Europeans have for rock is exciting.
It's inspiring.
I mean, very inspiring. Evil Sounds, you're gonna love the album. The album is called Onyx, very catchy, straight melody. If you like rock, you're gonna like Pop Evil. And support rock, support metal. We need you. Rise up.